Welcome.
Hey, welcome to
Heavy Bangs.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Welcome to this episode of Heavy Bangs.
We welcome you. Thank you for being here. I'm Lance.
I'm Mischa. Look, you guys, welcome to another episode of Heavy Bangs. I love you all. It's good to be here. I am a little
Jet lagged.
jet lagged right now, and I'm a little tired, and I guess that's what jet lag is.
I don't. It's not jet lagged.
It's not?
No, because jet lag, you would wouldn't you have gone to like a place with a different time zone?
I don't know. Would you?
Yeah, jet lagged is like, you know, you got used to that time zone, and now you're trying to get used to a different time zone, and your sleep's off.
Oh, that's jet lagged?
I think so.
I thought jet lag was just being...
being on a jet.
Well, feeling sick from a plane.
Maybe it is. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I'm feeling ill. I don't feel ill like I've gotten COVID. That's for sure.
But you could have, because you've been around a lot of people.
I was at an outdoor festival concert, surrounded by a bunch of people, a bunch of no maskies, and I was no masking as well, and it felt good. And it felt like the first time that I was able to breathe around other people breathing. And it just felt refreshing to see so many faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. So jet lag is kind of what I'm dealing with right now, and I will hopefully I will get through.
But you flew to Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington. I flew up there. I flew up on 9/11 because
Discounts?
Well, yeah, there's a huge price dip in airfare, but also, you know, just to honor those.
So this was an honorary, a memorable.
It's kind of like a tribute flight.
A tribute flight. Okay.
The first flight was a tribute flight to all those who have been affected by 9/11.
And is every 9/11 flight the same? From here on out, is every flight that takes place on 9/11 a tribute flight?
Well, I think that kind of depends on your mindset going into it. If am I flying because I need to get some? Am I flying because I want to fly for everyone who was affected by 9/11?
Patriotic flight.
Yeah, well, you know that I'm a bit of a patriot in a way, and maybe I'm not, and also in another way.
Yeah, I don't think of you as very patriotic.
I guess I'm not, but I
think I'm more patriotic.
You are.
Than you are.
You are, but I no. So I flew up to Seattle for the tribute flight, and then while I was up there, I was able to go see a Modest Mouse concert.
That's what you
with
went
my
there
brother.
For.
Once I was there, that was why I was there.
Right.
But the first flight was not. The first flight was for a different purpose.
Can I tell you something that's going to upset you?
Well, I just started talking about the concert.
I know. I just like if you asked me right now, sing me a Modest Mouse song, I can't think of one.
This is my wife. My wife, who has terrible taste in music, doesn't even know who Modest Mouse is. You know the song...
Pretty Fly for a White Guy?
Okay, no, that's Wiz Khalifa. No, this is...
Is that Wiz Khalifa?
No, so Modest Mouse, one of their popular songs is the Float On song.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I know that song.
So yeah,
I know who they are.
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
It's a great song.
And that song came on, they played that?
They played it, yeah.
A couple times or just once?
They played it just once, yeah. I don't think they wanted to go twice.
I don't know why they don't go twice. When a song is very popular, do it at the beginning and do it again at the end.
I guess, yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I didn't think about it like that. I guess I just kind of looked at it like, I guess let's get the rest of these out. That we haven't played yet, you know, because I've been listening to them for over 20 years. So they have
really
a lot of songs.
dating yourself. So you are over 20 years old.
I'm over 20. I'm over 25. And I started listening to them when I was young, and I love them.
Yeah. How many members?
There was fucking so many.
Really?
Yeah, there was like I feel like at one point there was like 5. And then at another point, there was like 10. Because, you know, they'll bring like people on to play like saxophones
extra
and trumpets
band members,
and like all these other. There's a guy who's just strictly shaking salt shakers.
I could do that.
You could, but you wouldn't have fit in with the band visually.
Why?
Visually, you wouldn't have fit in.
Why? What's their look?
Their look's kind of more of a fuck you kind of look, kind of like a.
Like do they dye their hair?
I don't think they dye their hair. I think they don't give a fuck in like a way
That's me too.
I know, but they're kind of like, okay. So for instance, my brother's seen him twice. Mm-hmm. The first time he saw him, the lead singer wore like 20 different shirts
throughout the night.
No, he wore 20 all at once.
Oh, it's hot.
And throughout the night, he was just sweating. And throughout the night, he would take off a shirt or whatever.
That doesn't say anything about, I don't give fucks.
But but he also,
choice.
But also.
Or maybe that the person who's trying to lose weight.
Also, okay. I've seen music videos or live performances where the dude has like two black eyes. They just don't, and he's constantly saying,
"Is two black eyes or two black guys?" What did you?
I didn't see any black guys on that stage last night.
No, you said you've seen videos where he has two black guys.
No, there were no black eyes.
Black eyes or black guys?
Black eyes. What do you mean? I mean, it's crystal clear. You can see him.
I haven't seen the video, so I'm asking you what's in this video. Two black guys or two black eyes?
Two very big, scary looking black eyes.
Are you saying black guys?
What are you not hearing? I'm saying that this guy was on stage.
You said in the music video.
In the music video on stage with two massive black guys.
There's two black eyes next to him?
On his face.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So there's your kind of no fucks given attitude.
Honestly.
Okay.
I don't know that's no fucks. That's something else.
He let us know. He let us know one of the Rolling Stones died, finally.
Finally?
Finally, yeah. I guess
that's what he said? He said finally?
Finally, yeah. And he goes, I know that because my tour manager doesn't stop reminding me that their tour manager also died. So, yeah, Rolling Stones, they lost a drummer, I think. Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But fuck, they were vampires. They've been around forever.
Yeah.
But I love them. No disrespect to the Stones. They got my heart big time.
Yeah, I mean, one of the greatest bands of all time.
Just one of the greatest bands of all time. And I saw them in Seattle, and it was incredible.
The Rolling Stones? You saw
Modest
the Rolling
Mouse.
Stones? I'm talking about the Rolling Stones.
Oh
being
yeah,
one of the greatest bands.
and they are for sure. Sympathy for the Devil is a commercial success. And
have you seen the Rolling Stones?
No, if I've seen the Rolling Stones, I would let people know all the time.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And I would also let them know, hey, by the way, I went to the Rolling Stones. The drummer's dead now. Just so you know. Yeah, rest in peace.
So what other songs does Modest Mouse sing? Is that the only one?
Basically.
That I would know?
I mean, I'm trying to think of some.
Everything else is a little bit more underground.
The Good Times Are Killing Me.
Nope.
We played it at our wedding, so you would have heard it definitely.
You played a song called "The Good Times Are Killing Me" at our wedding.
The good times.
Oh, it was a little bit of a.
Oh yeah, it's on a guitar. It's a bum bum. The good times.
So like that song to me doesn't sound like it's sung by a band that gives no fucks.
I'm just telling you that the history of Modest Mouse. They don't give a fuck.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
And it was nice to see him, and nice to show them respect, and nice to I stomp in the ground for so long. I feel bad about the grass.
What do you mean you were dancing?
I was stomping and dancing and stomping. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I would honestly there would be we were kind of standing around because I went with my brother, and. Shouts out to Spencer Paullin. Shouts out if you're listening to the podcast.
You should beep his name out though, just in case.
Just in case, yep. Good-looking gentleman looking for a woman. So anyway, we were standing next to a couple other folks.
Brothers.
I think they were I think they were brother and sister maybe.
Oh, that's sweet.
I think they made love though, so maybe they were together.
I would hope they weren't brother and sister.
Well, they were kissing and stuff.
Okay, let's just say they probably weren't brother and sister.
Okay,
chances are.
Okay, well they probably weren't then. But anyway, they would. It's funny because like their gals would like really get going,
mm-hmm.
and it would kind of get my energy up going. Where I'm like, okay, well these people are really cutting loose. I'm just gonna feel it.
Yeah.
and it felt good to do that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. But I have to say, because they do it, the band concerts always, the end and the band goes off stage and you cheer
Encore.
back on. Encore.
Yeah.
I've never worked so hard for an encore.
Really?
We all probably were there for 10 to 15 minutes, I feel like, trying to get them back on stage. And they were coming, of course. They were coming because
they were just letting
us really work for it. But then they came on and played like another 6 songs. So it was like
maybe they needed a break. Like maybe they needed a legitimate break.
I think that's probably what it was. I think that's probably what happens. I mean, you've been playing for so long. I need to have a moment.
Right.
He has this. They have this one song called Cowboy Dan. It was like one of my favorite songs growing up as a teen.
Mm-hmm.
And halfway, and of course, when that song came on, everyone kind of went wild. But you notice like halfway through, his performance is a little different. And after the song, he goes, "Hey guys, this is just some technical information for you. I got these fucking things in my ears, and when they're not on, I can't fucking hear anything. So if you started to hear me kind of fizzle that song out, it's because I literally didn't know what I was saying or what I was playing. But now we have it turned on, so fucking here we go." But like, because they have those like things so they can hear it. But
what? It's like, is the better move not to just stop and be like, "Hey,
nope,
sorry, I can't hear this. Let's fix this, and then we'll do the song." So we do it right. No.
Nope. You commit. You got sound engineers who are going to fix it and make sure that they do it right. And then you, as a musician and as an artist, you know what you're supposed. You know the muscle memory. You know, you just you hang on, and then you call it out after the song.
I don't know.
Well, you're not a musician, and you haven't been for over 20 years.
If
no disrespect,
if they had stopped the show and said,
that would have killed the vibe of the show.
Yeah, then they can't pick the vibe back up. Then they don't sound like a very good band.
Okay, I can't. The fact that you even said that, I have to move on to a different subject, please. What else do we have to talk about today? I was in a car accident.
Yeah, you were in a car accident.
And I'm fine, everybody. I'm fine.
On the plane.
I'm fine. I'm fine, and the passenger isn't fine.
The passenger? You didn't have a passenger.
Oh, I mean the other person in the accident is not fine. They're not.
Physically,
they're
fine. They're fine. They were just...
No, they're ill. They're mentally ill. And physically, I have no idea. But the guy had it coming. And I'll be honest, I wish I would have hit him harder.
No, and you don't.
I do because let me explain this to the listeners. Because look. I took driving school when I was I got my driving permit when I was 15 and a half. And I got my driver's license when I was 16. Mm-hmm. Okay, I had to take tests for both of those. On both of those tests, I answered a question that says, is it legal or illegal to pass someone on the right median when there's no passing lane? Or something like that. That's something like what the question is like. And every time I said, it is illegal. Because it is. Mm-hmm. And as someone who got an A on both of those tests.
You don't get an A. That's not how they do that.
Well, as someone who only missed 1 or 2 on both of those tests, you don't pass someone on the right. And here's what's happening. I was driving in the far right lane. Okay, there was a merge lane coming into my lane. I let in the cars, merge lane ended, and I'm just in the right lane. I'm in the far right lane, and there's just a little median on the right with a solid white line. And I noticed this guy is driving in that lane, and I notice him in my blind spot, and I can see that he's accelerating because he wants to try to I guess, come in my lane, mm-hmm. which wasn't really his. It's not even my lane, really. It's all of our lanes, but at this time it was in my possession because I was in it and he was not. And I saw him start to speed up, and then because now he's definitely parallel with my car. So we're driving basically nose to nose. If we were to go through a finish line, they'd call it a tie. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of I'm looking over because I can see what he's doing, and I can see and I can feel more than anything, the rage emit from his car. He's road raging, what are you going to do? So, I didn't move over for him because I don't fuck with bullies. And
you didn't move over. You didn't slow down and let him in. Is that what you mean?
I didn't slow down to let him in because it's not a come on in lane. It's you're driving in a lane that isn't real. And now your ego is going to try to
push you over,
push me over. But what he doesn't know is that I don't give a fuck about, what happens to my car. So,
yeah, your car is,
it's a vintage,
it's really something.
It's a vintage 99 Subaru Legacy. It's been paid for 3 different times and, has a brand new engine in it, and it is, exteriorly, scarred like steel.
And it has a brand new engine in it because, one time you didn't,
I never changed the oil in it because,
and then the engine essentially blew up.
Well, I say blow up for dramatic effect, but really it seized.
It's seized.
Which means it kind of just killed itself.
Okay.
And then
the windows don't roll down.
Well, the window on the driver's side window doesn't roll down anymore, or it doesn't roll back up. It rolls down, but it doesn't roll back up.
And you can't get in from the driver's side door. You have to get in from the passenger side.
Well, yeah, I have to. Well, yeah, because you can't open the door from the outside, and you can't unlock it from the passenger side and open it from the driver's side. You have to manually move the lever over.
And it smells bad inside. And it
smells bad inside.
It smells, yeah. It reeks.
Of what?
Of old weed, rotted weed.
Yeah, that would make sense.
And it's there's like oil spills all over the upholstery.
Yeah, well, I had a quart of oil spill out in the rear driver's side floor. So I'm dealing with some oil down there, and the headlight doesn't work. So it does have some characteristics about it that maybe some people would seem flawed. But anyway, it's a strong, reliable vehicle, and this guy tried to power his way into the lane. And I said, hey man, I said to myself, man, I wouldn't do this if you. And mind you, I was on my way to go to the beach to do mushrooms, to just have a day of peace and connected to my higher spiritual being. Mm-hmm. And I get into this accident at 7 a.m. because I'm trying to go to the beach early that morning. Yeah. So I'm in a little fender thingy, what happens is he then just pushes his car over, and I just push mine into his. And then we kind of do a little side hug, scrape.
You didn't push your car into his.
No, but I mean, he came right into him. I didn't push my car into his. I'm trying to be entertaining in the story.
Yeah, but you gotta not lie
because
through
insurance
the story.
might listen to the story.
Well, I would sure hope not.
Yeah, but also I should be honest. I should be honest about the story. So no, I didn't push myself into him because I wasn't having an ego battle with this guy. I was just like, look, I'm not moving over.
Also, that would have been psychotic.
To like push his car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was already kind of psychotic that a guy was driving really fast and trying to just weasel his way into my lane when we're in the same exact place.
Yeah.
And so then his car got scratched, I guess, on the side of mine. And then he veers off and pulls over and immediately whips open his door. And at this point now, all the traffic is coming to a stop because the light is ahead of us is backing up traffic. And I see this guy get out. And I'm like, this fucking guy is going to try to fight me right now. Like I gotta get, so I'm like, I'm not going to fucking get in a fight because this dickhead, I already know he's fired up. His adrenaline is higher than mine because it's been cooking for the last 15 seconds leading up to this moment. So I'm just like, look, I'm going to just drive off. And so I start to pull away because I'm not going to fight with this guy over anything like this. So, and then he's shouting at me, hey, you hit my car. And then I'm like, okay, well, if this is what this is about, it's about you being a fucking idiot and hitting my car, well, I'll pull over for you. So then I pull out, or I pull over, and, he's shouting, I need your license and registration. I need your license, registration, and your insurance. And I said, hey man, I need you just to chill out for a second. You relax. I'll be over there in just a second. And then I called the police and just to call them, just to let them know. And, but I did that mainly because I was making this guy wait. So I asked the police, what exactly do I need to this guy? Cause I'm not really in an accident a lot. I don't be in accidents. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really know what I needed to show him, but I didn't need to show him the registration. So, I go up to him, I say, hey, just so you know that you're not supposed to actually pass on the right. It's an illegal traffic maneuver. And he goes, well, you should, when you see people, you should let them in. And I said, well, you know that you're doing an illegal traffic maneuver. You're trying to push me out of my lane. And he's like, look, man, I'm not trying to argue. And I'm like, hey, man, I don't want to argue either. He's like, I need your license, registration, and insurance. I said, look, I'm going to give you my license and my insurance. You aren't getting my registration. He's like, I need your registration. I said, you're not getting my fucking registration. And then I set my stuff on his car. And then I got information. And then I left and I went to the beach. And that was the end of that exciting story. There's really I wish there was a bigger celebratory thing there. I thought you were going to ask maybe some questions and maybe kind of gear some stuff. But
the only questions I have are, what do we need to do to fix the insurance? Because you got on my insurance.
Yeah, I'm on your insurance now. And I got on your insurance a few days before this accident.
Yeah. And that was kind of a bummer. Because, I mean, the phone call...
Well, you never want to bring
the phone call from you just days after adding you to the insurance, because we are now a married couple, and married people share insurances.
Some of them do. We're choosing to.
And then to get that call that you were in a bit of a fender bender.
Well, yeah, it's like bringing your friend to a party and then that friend gets drunk and wrecks a vase.
Yeah, exactly.
But I didn't get drunk and there was no vase.
And I'm just glad you weren't in my car.
I'm glad I wasn't in your car too, because if someone would road rage, it would have been different in your car. I would have moved over. But that's why I like driving my car, is because I get to put all of these traffic bullies in their place. This isn't the first time someone's hit my car because they've been trying to muscle me over. I'm like, look at the scratches on this thing.
Yeah.
These are all of your friends who have tried to do the same thing and who have failed and who now have to pay out of pocket to get their fucking shitty Honda Accord fixed.
Yeah.
And here's what I want to tail that with their shitty Honda Accord. Honda Accords are great cars. They're incredibly reliable. Mm-hmm. And this guy had a nice Honda Accord, but his attitude was really shitty.
Yeah.
And,
well, I'm sure, I would think that when he cooled off, he regretted that, because...
To be honest, I have his information still, and he lives over here in Pasadena.
You want to give him a call?
No. I thought about showing up on his doorstep.
Why would you do that?
But give him something nice and be like, hey, man, I know you're probably thinking about your car being all scratched up. Remember when you tried to muscle me over? Here's an Applebee's gift card for $15. Go buy yourself some lunch.
That's so stupid.
Why would that be stupid?
Because I can tell by the way you just said it that you don't mean it in a genuine, like, let me do something nice for this person who's clearly suffering because they have such a massive ego.
Okay, let me try it again then. So I'd go over to his place and and he'd answer the door and I'd say, hey, I think his name is Alvaro. I don't know.
Stop saying people's names on the podcast.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, he was a Mexican fella. So just so you know, that's probably what his name would sound like. It would sound Mexican. And I would say, hey, my name is Lance. I think you may have recognized me. We got into a little bit of I don't want to say fender bender because that isn't right, but I'd say a side scuffle over on Glendale Boulevard North. And this is maybe about a month ago. And, I haven't really stopped thinking about it since. And it's been weighing on my heart. And I just wanted to reach out to you because, man, I know that was a tough day for you. I know it was a hard day for me, but even more so for you because you were, you had a lot going on mentally and you were, I know you were having having a weak moment and I can only imagine that I want to give you this. Look, I can't make amends with the car or what's been done, but what I can do is I'd like to offer you this $15 Applebee's gift card. And I want you to go out and buy yourself a nice lunch and it's on me because, I know that you were going through a lot that day and I can only imagine what you're going through now. Every time you have to get into that Honda Accord, you have to see those scratches and you have to be reminded of your little battle you had that day. And I don't even have to think about it because I honestly don't know which scratch is your scratch on my car. But I just wanted to reach out to you. I know I got your, obviously I know your information. You and you have mine too, but you have my old address. So actually you don't have my current address and I have yours. But I just hope that you can take yourself out and we can kind of sweep this under the under the hood, and you and I can just be at peace.
Nope.
You didn't buy that?
Nope.
That was completely genuine.
No, it wasn't.
I was feeling everything I was saying.
Never do half of the things that you think are good ideas.
I would.
If you think something's a good idea.
Like this? Look, Alvarado, I just want to say something to you right here and now.
It's the name of a Chevrolet.
Okay, this is the name of the road that we actually kind of were about to go on before we got into the accident.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Glendale Boulevard North turns into Alvarado. And I had a hard time kind of explaining that to the insurance lady. She was trying to place the accident miles away.
Well, look,
anyway,
this is not
this
interesting at all.
And this isn't even interesting for people who listen to the podcast. And for someone who just received an email saying that Heavy Bangs is actually doing pretty well in the Apple Podcast charts, I know for a fact that was an absolute scam of an email, because there's no way that this stuff is going to be at the top of the charts. No.
But I do want to figure out what we need to do about the insurance, because somehow when you came on, things changed. We were online and we were trying to add the cars and pick insurance and pick what you needed, because you wanted full coverage on your car or some craziness.
Mm-hmm.
After, we've just explained the condition of your car. And then somehow in the midst of all of that, I've got a $2,500 deductible.
It's a steep deductible, which is, the deductible is more than my car.
Absolutely.
Because I think my car is worth
$1,600. 18?
Yeah, not
well,
16.
That's probably 16 now.
Maybe with a scratch.
Well, anyway, look, I'm glad you're well. Cars are crazy.
Cars are crazy, but
it's a privilege to drive.
It's a privilege to be
very careful.
A privilege to just be in this country.
Yeah.
A privilege, and that is genuine, because North Korea is no good over there.
Yeah, no.
And we can't even go into it on this episode, because it would really kind of take us off track.
Yeah, not to mention, we've already talked about North Korea on another episode. We can't just
I know that.
talk about North Korea.
I know that, but the stuff we talked about on the other episode was not nearly as fascinating as the stuff that is in my brain.
Did you want to talk about the rats? But see, now you're saying, nope. I heard
no, don't even
podcast.
say that. You can't. So now I'm gonna have to cut that out. You can't say that I got my North Korea information from another podcast. We have to stop talking about the North Koreas immediately from here on out. So anyway, so this episode we're gonna be what else did you have on store for us today?
Oh, I don't. Well, here's something. We were watching before you took off
Upload.
out of town. We were watching Upload.
Upload. Have you guys watched this show? Upload. Have you watched?
You're saying it funny.
Well, I'm saying it to the listeners.
Upload.
Yeah. Upload. Yeah. Upload.
Would you?
Well, what if people don't know what the show's about? Explain what the show's about real quick. Make it quick, though, because you do sometimes have a little long-winded response.
When people die, they have the choice for their brain, memories, everything to be uploaded. And then they go.
And what happens if they get uploaded?
They live in this afterlife.
For how long?
For who knows how long.
Forever,
unless they're not paid for, because you can also delete them.
But they're still living in the afterlife forever. They're living in a solitude confinement forever.
But no, because they can be deleted.
True.
So the time is not certain.
Okay, that's true. And
also,
what happens if you don't upload?
Somebody paying for your
right. You have to have money for it. So if you don't want to upload, what happens to you?
Then you die like a normal person.
Just like a normal person. So you have the opportunity to die like we normally have been doing.
Yeah.
Or you can become a computer system.
Basically.
So it's actually a great show. I really like the show.
I don't want to say a great show, but it's entertaining.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess let's not kiss too many asses, but yeah, it's entertaining show.
Well, I mean, a great show is
I take that back. It isn't a great show. It's not. It's a good show.
Okay.
It's not great.
No. Not at all. Not at all.
But it's good.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
It's good.
Would you upload?
I would love to audition for it. Yes, I would love to.
No, would you?
I don't even know who produces it or directs it.
No,
or whatever,
would you upload?
I just said yeah. Oh, what
if it was a real thing.
In real life?
Yeah.
No.
Me neither.
Well, that's the end of that exciting conversation. Why wouldn't you?
Well, I wouldn't for several reasons, but one is the exact same reason that I don't want to give the show away, but the same reason that the one individual who doesn't want to upload because like he wants to like see his wife one day who died.
Right.
You know, I certainly would like to see my mom one day. And, you know, we don't know what happens, but
no, but
I
I'm
would
excited
like to
about it.
Go figure that out instead of then just being stuck. Also,
stuck in this thing that you already know.
Part of what is beautiful about life is that it's temporary.
Oh, 100%.
If you knew that you'd be here forever, what would we do? Would we have any ambition or?
We wouldn't do shit.
Probably not. I mean, we're already.
It's the ticking clock that keeps the, I felt like I was going to say something really profound there. It's
died out.
But hold on, because I do keep it's the ticking clock that, oh my fuck. It's a ticking clock that lets the ball drop. I don't know. That's horrible. I got to edit that out. I got to edit that out because the listeners are going to judge me. That was a horrible. It's the ticking clock. It's the ticking clock.
I don't know. You
keeps
keep thinking
the birds
about that.
at bay.
Nope.
I think that's it. That's it. Because when the birds are at bay, the kids can play. And when the kids can play, dreams come true. That's what it is.
I don't know.
That's it. So continue.
Yeah. I just think, you know.
I wouldn't because I'm excited to see what else is what is after this. I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, granted, I'm really excited about this existence and here and being here and all this. And I want it to obviously go on for a super long time, like forever, but not forever. Not forever. But yeah, there's going to be some crazy shit afterward, I feel.
I mean, death is such a hard thing for a lot of people to deal with, obviously. And yet we've been, it's so crazy because we've been dealing with it for all of time. And yet we have such a hard time.
I feel like nowadays it's
grasping
hard.
it.
Now I think nowadays
it's always been hard. It's always been hard. Like
I feel like back in the day
have always been questioning. Humanity has always been questioning. We've always been like looking to the sky, looking to the stars for answers
I know that.
because we want to know
I'm saying
what we're doing here. I
think people are more affected by death today than people back in history. You know, death used to be, they would have hangings in the middle of the city and everyone would gather. Like, so what I mean is people would see death more. Death was happening more. People would get killed.
I see what you're saying. I mean, people died younger.
Right. I'm saying death was much more, I feel like much more accepted. I mean, I'm not saying that the mourning part wasn't just as equal, but I'm saying there was just more. Not that there's not today, but I feel like we kind of sweep it under the rug. We don't like to talk about it. We don't like to, we're not having public executions and whatnot anymore.
Well, and then the other
not that we ever did, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, humans have.
Humans, sure.
The other thing that kind of goes along with what you're saying, I guess, is that in most like ancient civilizations, I think an afterlife was more like they were more sure about it in whatever their religion was. I feel like there were probably fewer atheists or
philosophers,
agnostics.
Mm-hmm. Can philosophers be Christians?
Yeah, I mean that's just they're everything. I mean,
but isn't philosopher someone who's questioning everything?
They're kind of. I mean,
so,
they're thinking
weird, right?
about. What do you mean it feels weird?
For someone who's questioning everything to then be certain about their religion, but they'll question what is life and their existence, but also they'll follow a religious practice where there's a Jesus and a God, and this is what you're supposed to do in life. Like, but also what is.
But philosophies can be about different things. It doesn't all have to be about God. It could be like, what's your like
Sure. Okay.
philosophy on just
So
humanity?
got it. So if there's like a Christian
behaving a certain
philosopher,
way.
there's a good chance he's probably dealing with like the philosophies of like maybe how chicken is made and maybe stuff like that. Maybe focus on cooking. Maybe.
I'm so lost with what you're saying, and I'd like to just move on and just say that absolutely Christians are philosophers,
But they're not philosophizing about existence and what is life because they have their trust in God. So they don't need to, is what I'm saying. That's where I'm trying to go with the circle here. Do you feel what I'm saying?
I mean, I also think not everything is just black and white. I mean, somebody...
and can I say, and the Grateful Dead said it well, a touch of gray. There's a touch of gray.
Okay, well, if somebody, I could say, hey, I'm Catholic. I was raised Catholic. I identify, with the Catholic Church. But I could sometimes be like, do I completely agree with this?
That's not a real Catholic. And I'm saying that based off of someone who grew up around Catholics. That is not a real Catholic. A real Catholic would never say that. And I know that based on facts.
Okay, you don't know that based on facts.
I know that based on facts. I'm telling you that a real Catholic would never say those words. They would never even so much as have those thoughts without praying for forgiveness about having them.
That's so... I see where you're going with this, and
I'm
you're
glad
really
you do.
Generalizing because people evolve, and
I know that
when they have new information that enters their life experience, sometimes they contemplate that, regardless of the beliefs they've held from the time before until that moment.
And I respect that, and I'm not disagreeing, but I'm letting you know that a Catholic would never think that way. A person who is having that thought is someone who is practicing a Catholic faith, realizes not for them. Or maybe maybe they have to think about it a little bit more. But a Catholic, right out of the womb, you're in that water.
No,
right out of the womb, you're getting that water, and you're Catholic. Right out of the womb, you don't have a choice. That's a real Catholic. Right out of the womb, water, Catholic, boom, go to church. That's just what happens.
There are people who
I was put in that
church.
water. I'm pretty sure my mother had birth, and immediately I was dunked in water.
Okay, well, your mom does not strike me as exceptionally Catholic.
And she's not, but my dad was. He was raised Catholic.
Okay, well, he doesn't even strike me as someone who I don't even think they go to church.
I don't think he does, and I don't think.
And I don't think he says any Hail Marys.
What do you mean? I mean, he'll say fuck and shit and anything. I mean, he drops a C word every now and then too,
That's not a Hail Mary.
Oh, what is a Hail Mary? What do you mean by that?
I mean, I'm not a Catholic, so I don't know. But like, Catholics like have their little rosaries and like those little beads like help them count how many like Hail Marys they're gonna do. Mm-hmm. I don't know what a Hail Mary. It's a ritual. It's something they say. It's like a
okay.
I read this article about this is sort of in the same realm, but less out there. Mm-hmm. There's like these chips that the article is talking about putting them in the hands of.
This makes me, before you even, I heard the story of like inmates. They'll just because you're talking about food.
I'm not talking about food.
Chips. The inmates in jail. My brother's roommates is a nurse. She works in trauma. Mm-hmm. So she gets all the fucked up people like from prison and stuff who are like trying to go to the hospital to get out of prison to get a little break.
Okay.
There's a guy who had an arm infection in prison. And when he got to the hospital, he had been stuffing baby carrots in his arm. Infection.
Wow. Just so he could get out of there?
So he could get out of, that's how bad prison was. That's how bad he wanted to get out of there. That he would stuff baby carrots into his arm infection.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you're talking about someone putting chips in their hand?
No.
What was it?
Chips, like microchips, like little like tracking devices.
Oh, kind of like okay.
Yeah, they're talking
like
about
we have them in dogs and cats for if they get out.
Like inserting them into people's hands who have dementia or Alzheimer's so that they don't get lost, I guess.
Wouldn't it be better just to give them a map so they can see where they're going?
No. They're not perfectly coherent
No,
as
I know.
they're okay.
I know, I'm making a silly joke. I say that I can joke about that because my grandfather, he had dementia, and it's a fucking rough one. It's rough.
So, but it's a little creepy at the same time.
Yeah, super creepy.
Putting tracking devices in human beings.
Yeah, humans are getting a little fucking I think they're getting a little carried away with themselves. I think they kind of chill out on the tech and maybe focus on just being good human beings and stop trying to computerize everything.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know, if somebody with dementia chooses to maybe have like a tracking bracelet, if
Like
that's their choice.
I mean, I saw a guy with a tracking bracelet walking downtown today when I was when the fly was dropping me off at Union Station.
Like a criminal?
Yep, right on his ankle.
I wonder, don't they have to stay at home?
I thought so too.
Maybe they can go to work sometimes or something.
I don't know if he was going to work.
Is he getting out of there?
Yeah, it didn't look like he was doing anything good. But maybe he was.
Well, yeah. So if somebody chose to have a tracking device on them, and that was their choice, maybe, or like that'd
be so.
But yeah, putting it in the body is very. It's like what's that show, Black Mirror?
Yeah, it's very Black Mirror.
Yeah,
it's very Black Mirror.
So yeah, I don't know about that.
Man, they're just wanting to jab people left and right with whatever they can, huh? Whether it be chips, vaccines, whatever, huh?
Yeah.
Just jabbing them. Let's get them, and then let's just give them a booster chip too, just in case this one doesn't work. That way this other one can track you down.
Wait, I think you lost me somewhere.
Well, I was just making a joke there. We're doing boosters and chips
tracking.
and check. Yep, they're probably going to come out with a booster for the chip, is what I'm saying.
Oh, got it.
See what I'm saying? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Anyway, moving right along.
Yeah, so super cool. So, I guess it will be that time. What great time. Mischa learns stuff. Perfect time. What are we learning about this week?
Well, I got to admit that maybe dropped the ball a little bit on what I was bringing to the table, but it doesn't mean I haven't brought anything to the table.
Okay.
So, and I think what I'm bringing to the table is old news for some people, but it was new news for me, and I think it'll be new news for you.
This feels like new news.
So, I'd like to preface all of this with just a little shit talk about the entertainment industry, if that's okay.
That sounds good.
And I know that
I work in the
it's an
entertainment
industry that you work in, and maybe some would say, well, hey, Mischa, maybe you're just bitter, and
maybe they would say that,
but
maybe they wouldn't.
I find that there's a lot about the entertainment industry that I don't like.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not. I'd say it's probably. And this is all with all due respect, probably the worst. Probably industry to start getting involved in.
It's one of the worst. I mean, because I don't want to say it's the worst because I don't know some others. Because think about politics or something.
That seemed like it wouldn't be a very good one. So I feel like it would be better than that one, though.
I guess I think when I think about the entertainment industry, it's like they think that they are they're the gatekeepers of like all that is.
Well, they kind of are gatekeepers for people's hopes and dreams, kind of.
Yeah, that's Yep. They certainly.
It doesn't even matter if you're talented or not. It's
sure.
Is this person going to sell movies? Is this person going to sell shows?
Right, but also,
can I market this person?
On another level, I think they often have this facade about them that is like they are holier than thou, that they are very noble, and they do only good things, and they are like, but yet here you have like the Me Too movement, which they turned a blind eye to until everyone started coming out
Oh, right.
about it. And then suddenly
Right.
it's like, oh, we take this very seriously. And it's like, oh no, well, you
got caught.
got caught.
Yeah.
And I think that's that seems to be what the industry does in a lot of ways.
Interesting.
Right? So put a pin in that.
Mm-hmm.
And then to throw another thing out there, like in 2019, Georgia, and I think Texas just passed this law, and who knows, I mean, they may not be able to keep it, but they passed the like a heartbeat abortion law. Do you hear about this?
Oh,
Texas
if it has a
did.
heartbeat, you can't get an abortion?
Yeah, which is like...
It's like your fucking body. Do whatever you want with it.
Right. So Georgia was trying to do that.
Your body, your place. That's what I want to say.
In 2019, Georgia was trying to...
yeah, I remember that.
So, like, the entertainment industry was like, yeah, we'll pull... Like, we won't, like, make shit there. So you'll lose all this money.
I didn't realize they did that.
So it's like, oh, we're so good.
Look at us. Look at us. Look what we did.
We won't give this state this money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, and now this is not necessarily, like, I know that there's different production companies and all, like the industry is not like one person,
right.
But still, then they do other things that are shitty. So that's what leads me to what I was going to bring to the table.
Leads me to.
Oh, that's funny. I see what you did there.
Gosh.
So the remake of Mulan was shot sometime. They shot a part of it in, I'm going to maybe have a hard time pronouncing it, but Xinjiang, China.
Okay.
So Disney, I went out there and scouted locations and whatever, and they end up shooting a portion of the film out there. Well, in Xinjiang, there is a large population of a group of people called, again, pronunciation is tough, but I think one of the pronunciations is Uyghur, the Uyghur people. Okay. It's not spelled with a W or anything. It's just one of the, and there's several different spellings also. Okay. But they are a mostly Muslim group of people. And they live, so Xinjiang is like on the northwest side of China.
Okay.
In like mountainous regions. Well, the Chinese have like, I don't know, 1 million people out there in internment camps. Mm-hmm. You say like you already know this.
Well, I know that China does a lot of internment camps.
So the Uyghur people have lived there for hundreds of years. It's actually it seems like it's like historians debate on like where exactly they came from. China likes to say that, they weren't there past the 10th century or something, and they came down from Mongolia, and it was like the Han dynasty that they took over. But other historians will say, no, actually it seems like they were there like a lot longer than that. So either way, they're not really sure how long those exact people were there, and if Chinese people were there first or any of that kind of thing. And it goes back hundreds of years, literally. But either way, these people have been there for a very, very, very long time. And China has them in internment camps. A lot of them has forced sterilization on the women.
What does that mean?
Like so they can't make babies.
Oh, wow.
So if and they say that they have them in these like the term for the camp, like they like to say that they're like re-educating them or something so that they're not terrorists, or so that they don't I think it's called separatism or something, where they maybe will want to turn to the Muslim Uyghur culture and like separate from China and communism.
Right.
And so they say, well, we're trying to prevent that. We're trying to prevent terrorism. But meanwhile, they're treating these people horribly.
They're not even treated like people.
Right. I mean, they're not even living. They're imprisonated. Imprisonated is that a word?
I don't know.
Imprisoned. There we go.
Imprisonated sounds cool too.
So they're imprisoned, and also not just like the sterilization. They're also in labor camps. So forced labor, which is something that has been done in so many communist labor. Like the Soviet Union used to do that, and the Gulag.
But Disney was going over there and shooting there.
So Disney shot part of Mulan there. So Disney obviously paid China,
who also have internment camps for people.
Right. But in the region that these people are being imprisoned.
That's where they shot the movie?
That's where they shot parts of it, yeah.
That's crazy.
In Xinjiang. And so, I'm not even talking about like any other bullshit that happens throughout China. Like I'm specifically talking about this region and these people who live in this region, who've lived there for hundreds of years, who are like being imprisoned and being, sterilized and being forced to work and all of these things. That the fact that they actually shot something that,
that's crazy
in that area. And so my whole
I didn't get any auditions for Mulan. Nothing.
And I haven't seen the movie, but I don't know that you would have.
That's fine, but I would have thought there was maybe at least one opportunity there.
No, I mean, obviously not. And look, this wasn't a very exciting.
So what did you learn overall this week? Mischa learned stuff you brought to the table.
I learned about this. I learned about the Uyghurs in.
You're going to get us in trouble with that. You're going to get us in trouble with that.
So one of the pronunciation is Uyghur. Another pronunciation is.
If you say a soft A, I'm.
Uyghur. It's a very strange spelling. There's multiple spellings, but the most common, it seemed, used English spelling is. Hold on, I have to see it in my head.
You're done. So, I guess we'll just go right into it.
Motivational speech of the day.
God, give it to me.
Suede.
Gosh, you guys, I can't begin to even tell you how important it is to wear cotton. Sometimes cotton is underrated, and it's actually really nice, and it's pretty strong and durable, and just as durable as suede, and doesn't even actually kill animals. So you should think about it. You should think about that next time you put on your blue suede shoes, and maybe ask yourself, well, maybe should they be blue cotton loafers? I don't know. They might be better than something. Everybody, just thank you for listening to another episode. I don't even know what I'm going to say. Thank you guys.